morale that most can't get out because it's ancestral. You know why it's about to be seen? Because God is about to show they slip. You know when the older women used to say your slip is showing? It's about to show. So to get out, it requires one to get uncomfortable with the get past the plateau of complacency or complicitness. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to just be quiet over here. It's time to choose a side, but we'll. Or this is how we've always done it. Because guess what? You've already chosen a side because a split is already happening. Don't you looking around? When are we going to respect each other? Yes, we know the FBAs was here first. We also know that everybody's life is important. I also know that nobody got outraged with all these black and brown bodies that were shot until Miss Good was shot. That's when it woke up the Caucasian community because don't nobody matter but y'all. Then when Adams got shot, that sent the world in a tailspin. So what does that mean? Fight for your dream while hurting none. Why can't everybody have their dream? Why you the only one that can have your dream? And everybody else got to sit down. Come on now. Come on now. Why black women the most hated? You say black men, black women. Most educated. But I don't understand. Probably because we got the Eve gene. I'll leave it there. We've learned a lot in the last few weeks with the stuff we've seen that happen in this country. But even though we learned a lot, have we looked at ourselves? All of us, don't matter what the color of your skin is. Either your ancestors divvied it out or you received it. Bad Bunny put it right in your face for the Super Bowl to show you how everything started. Let's not get it twisted. Or how when they had a hurricane, that we had somebody to go over there and start throwing shirts at people when they ain't got nowhere to stay. Their house is gone, and you throwing shirts like you at a game. But then again, I say this, I say again. That is happening because we have disconnected from our true source. We have disconnected from God, whatever you call God, Allah, Buddha, whatever you call God. God got a lot of names, Hecate, whatever. We have disconnected from the source. If you say God is your source or whoever your source, reconnect and loose the control realm. Do what is right for you. No one lives your life with you. And don't nobody have to do it like you. We're all different. We got different fingerprints. You see this? My fingerprint is different than anybody on this world. Be sovereign, not control. Think for yourself. And don't come over here telling me what I need to do. Because what you need to do and I need to do is two different things. We got a different path. And if you protect those that can't or don't know how to protect themselves, do so. Bring your dream to life no matter what you see in front of you. May the force be with you as you go in the power of God as you go. And may the power of God be with you in your heart as you move. Do not tell somebody, well, this is what you need to be. No, they don't. No, they don't. They need to be the color they are. Listen to the voice of whoever God they listening to and move forward. They don't need to listen to you. That's what got us in this mess before. That's all I'm saying. There are some freebies on the link for for the podcast with the Women's Leveling Up that was done in May. And then there are also some magazines I was covering in September, October, December, and January. Look at the description below to find the things that truly light you up and leave everything else behind. I cannot wait to talk to you soon. Remember, I placed a link to my own personal bookstore as well. Okay? My books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, Understanding True Intimacy. Okay. Let's find out a little bit. Page 86. Be still and know that I ain't who I am. Woo! Don't be tossed forward and backward by what others say. Whose report are you going to believe? We shall believe the report of the Lord. Choose this day and follow that voice. The scripture says, choose this day who you going to serve. And you choosing it every day you wake up. You choosing what you're going to choose. And you're saying with your mouth something, but your frequency is saying something else. That's all I'm saying. And don't forget about my other two books, Befriending the Shadow, Unshakable Peace, Unstoppable Change. Both of those are shadow activity books. Okay. I said, God, nobody is showing the book like I need. I need to touch it and play with it. God said, well, make it. I said, well, say less then. So you get a word of knowledge. Then you get exercise. Some of the stuff you could be running around the house looking for. You could be like on the hunt looking for stuff. It could be so fun. And then you get a shadow question. Not so fun because you could be looking in the mirror of yourself. And then you get a color page. Fun. Back to fun. And God asked him to keep the color page between the age of 5 and 10 because most childhood wounding happens between the age of 5 and 10 because you could protect yourself and the people that were supposed to protect you didn't know how to protect you because nobody protected them. Okay? Yes, we know they were adults. We became adults and we learned. They didn't have a bandwidth. So don't hold them in. Okay? Thank you, Spirit Team. Don't hold them in jail for that. Okay? Just let them go. You ain't got to deal with them. Just let them go. Okay. And because by the age of 7, it's solidified. By the age of 10, it is in the system. By the age of 21 and 25, it is now your responsibility to walk out. Plus, between the age of 21 and 25, we think we know everything. Can't nobody tell us nothing. So we need to hit the wall a few times before we listen. All right. Jesse is what it is. I've been there. And then you get 4 pages and 22 chapters per book. You get 4 pages of drawing, sketching, doodling, whatever you want to do. Because the closer you get to God or whoever you call God, you're going to start having those Stranger Things, those X-Files, those Doctor Who, or those Twilight Zone moments to where you see stuff. You have documentation of what you see. You saving it and you putting it in your scrapbook and in your journal book. And you're like, I know. But that is not what's going on. And if you try to explain it to somebody that's not spiritual, they're not going to get it. But people that's spiritual will understand. They will totally understand. And then don't forget about my other 2 books. It's already on the New York Times bestseller list. Mindset Matters with Jack Canfield. And Influence and Impact with Chris Voss. It don't matter your background. God don't care nothing about your background. God know everything about you, the hairs on your head. And if you ain't got no hair on your head, God know your peach fuzz. And if you wearing wigs and you wearing all this stuff, God know that too. God ain't surprised about nothing. He know how you got here. He know who you are. Okay? He keeps up with his. Notebooks and journals for all. Coloring books that help and meditate and recalibrate the mind. God keeps up with his even though we forget. I'm excited about this venture. You know why? Because I have a lot of stuff on Amazon. Man, I got a whole catalog. Just type on my name, Renetta Chester. But I got my special journals on how to fight the Rotori on mine. Okay? Don't forget about the link of 105 spiritual laws. Yes, we know that we are no longer under the law. We're under love and grace. However, it's nice to know them. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter for the juicy updates and the upcoming events. Don't forget about the adjective and the 400 value PDF. Put them together. Change your whole Sims character. This Jacob Promoter game because it ain't nothing but a hologram. You can change everything about yourself. Okay, this is a Sims game, honey. Change everything about you. Told you Kanye West was right. Look at the new school link and come and visit. Come and visit me sometime. I would love it. I was inducted into the new class of Who's Who for 2025, Influential Women for 2025, Worldwide Women. God was busy, and I was like, I receive it all because I'm worthy. Okay, this is what I received in 2017. Okay, for the work I was doing with my nonprofit. Okay, I was helping bringing women and teenage girls out of sex trafficking. All right. I had a lot of help, but then all of a sudden my help went to go help somebody else that had a bigger name. And I said, cool, no worries, no worries. Let me tell you something. When people want to leave, anything that want to leave your life, let it. Because if you don't, it'll jug you in the back. Like you sitting up in a jail cell and you getting jugged by a sharpened toothbrush. Ain't nobody got time for that. Just let stuff go. Let it go. It's going to hurt you. All right. And I was helping teenage girls that were, came out and said they were LGBTQAI, or the ones that came out and said they were pregnant and their family kicked them out. I was like, we're in the wrong state for that. I'm taking out girls every day out of the sex industry, and you throwing them back out here. The devil is a lie. I said, so I took them and put them in the building I was in, or if I didn't have any room, I sent them over there to the teen center so they could get their therapy, their counseling, everything that they needed all under one roof. And then I was helping domestic violence victims of women. However, we lost 2. We did everything in our power to make sure they were safe, but they still know how to get back there. Okay? And they went back more than once, and we ended up having, unfortunately. And I don't judge nobody because everybody's addicted to something. Some people smoke cigarettes and they lung about to pass out and they still smoking. Some people smoke weed and they hurting and they still smoking. Some people going to gym every day. Some people work out every day. They addicted to working out. They can't stop working out. They work out 2-3 times a day. We don't say none of them. People are addicted to stuff. I don't judge people. And then I was helping people that lost everything in the house fires and floods because people knew I had a nonprofit. It was always giving me free stuff. People would leave the state and they would just leave me couches, their whole house. And I would put it in the storage room, put it in the storage. Because I was like, this is going to help somebody. I'm so excited. And I would just be so excited, like, God, I thank you. I needed some stuff. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I got the stuff, I would have enough for 6 families. And as soon as that was over, I would get enough more for 6 more families. Because as soon as everything was gone, God would send it back. I was like, oh, I love it. And I was just helping so many people. And it just felt good because I saw a hole inside the community. And I was giving them toiletries and then giving the women their toiletries that come every month. And then I was giving them the fingernail polish and the fingernail polish removed for when they came down out the shop so they could have something and feel good about themselves because I know what it feels like to be homeless. Then I also gave them $20 gift cards so they could go to Walmart, Target, whatever they needed to go get their underwear and everything. Yes, the Red Cross was helping. Yes, but that's bureaucracy. We don't know how long that's going to take. They need underwear tonight. They need bras. We can't be going around like that. You know what I'm saying? Just the simple things that we don't think about. We're like, oh, they need help. The Red Cross got them. What you forgetting, that's bureaucracy. That's red tape. It's going to take a minute. Honey, I was like, let's fix the need right now. You know what I mean? Honey, then I was this young lady saw that I reached out and said I wanted to assist at least 2 families for Thanksgiving. She reached out to the inbox. She said, I need some help. And I said, well, St. Lance, I'm glad. Because I reached out and said I wanted to help somebody. So then I found out what she needed. I went to Honey Baked Ham. That's my budget because I was working alone. So I went to Honey Baked Ham. Child, even my board of directors left, child. I said, that's fine. If it's just me and God, it's just me and God. God gave me the mission. I'm going to keep going. It's my mission and my ministry, so I'm going to just keep going. So then I went to Honey Baked Ham, got her what she needed, and I kept the receipts. Okay, kept the receipts. Sure did. You see it all on my website. And then gave them $150 worth of groceries. Then, after her, she told me about some people that was getting ready to get laid off on the job, and I put their names in a bucket, pulled out their tickets, and found out that their family had special needs, made sure they got 2 gifts. I had to get on a budget. I had to go with my budget went. I just took off the thing, but it was my budget because they, And I went to Honey Baked Ham, my budget. And then I also gave them $150 worth of groceries. So while they looking for another job, they don't have to be concerned. And then I helped 2 women to go through therapy for 3 to 6 months. And then I gave them $250 or $150. You got to look on the website, Refuge Women's Transition Center. And I was doing this alone. And I said, God, if I had help, man, what would I be? I'd be taking over the world. I'd be in here like Ren and Stimpy. Honey, God is good and His mercy endures forever. God said He'll reward you for everything that you do in private that nobody see. Okay. All right. He said without fanfare. Okay, you don't need all that. God is faithful. I'm thankful for everything. Don't forget to look at the link to receive 25% off your first order. This is the company I use with all natural remedies. Okay. In 2017, I was given a diagnosis of breast cancer, and they told me I had 6 months to live. I said, the devil, this lie, I ain't going nowhere. They said, don't you see it? I said, I see it. They said, I said, I see it. And they said, so you got 6 months. I said, the devil, this lie, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to stay right here. They said, what? I said, I ain't going nowhere. I said, I'm the healer, protecting my health from sickness and disease. And they said, ma'am, and I said, let me tell you something. If I agree with it, I am gone. Plus, God told me if I took anything in that office, I was gone in a week. Ain't nobody got time for that. I like looking at myself in the mirror. It may be vain, but I love some me. So, honey, I told him, I said, I bind up every disease, every germ, every bacteria, every growth, every tumor, every parasite, and I send it back to the pit of hell because hell ain't nothing but a frequency. And I said, and I loose the blood of Jesus, and I loose the hand of God. Child, and I said, I take responsibility. I ate that food. That's on me. And they said, what you doing? I said, I'm putting my order in, so when I come back with my testimony, you know what happened. And did. Went home, talked to God. God said to get that naturopathic doctor, did so, put on everything the doctor said he said about being alkaline, and did. And I showed it to my naturopathic doctor. We're a real team now. So, and she was like, okay, we need to take off 5 things on each side of this. I said, well, say less. And then, after that, I use that to go to the grocery store and to the farmer's market. Then, my ancestor said, go out and get that dandelion, get that morning glory. Okay, don't forget now. And that wild skates. Them wild skates, our ancestors live off that. If they can live off that, why can't I? Child, I went out there and got them things cleaned up. And then post salad like lettuce and cilantro had a baby together and it's ready around the edges. You seen the video of it. Honey, say I wouldn't live my best life. I put that underneath that jasmine rice wilted that with them spinach. Put that chlorophyll in my body with chlorophyll ain't nothing but melanin, child. Sure did. Child, say it ain't so, but it is. And I put seafood on top for my omega-3 oils because you need that for your nails and everything else. And I put the beets in there for my iron and honey, I was doing everything I could to make sure I was getting my vitamin D, C, and everything else. Okay, instead of just taking the vitamins all the time. It's okay to take the vitamins, but it's also alright to eat your food with it, okay? And I had started growing my own garden too. Say it ain't so, but it was. Honey, let me tell you something. I thank God that I am still here. Honey, God, I thank you that I'm still here. I bless your name every day because I could have been gone. And Deidre hadn't said he could have been, I could have been dead and sleeping in my grave. What? But I'm still here. If you hear the noise, they out there doing some construction. It's okay. So, honey, let me tell you, I thank the Lord that I'm still here. I thank you that I'm listening. I thank you for your hugs. I thank you for your love. I thank you for your peace. I even thank you for your, I even thank the Lord for the butt whooping. Let me tell you why I thank you for the butt whooping. Because he didn't give me over to a reprobate mind to sit in that corner by myself, sucking on my thumb, and them spirits whooping my tail. You see what I'm saying? Look at my spirit team. I could have been in that corner by myself trying to figure it out. Child, let me tell you something. They said we were disenfranchised and we were the minority. No, we're not. No, we're not. They are, and they know it. Now, let me tell you something. God said, okay, they said, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So we did, and then they got mad, so they came over there and took everything. Cause that's what they do. They like little children. They get mad when you do better than them after they take everything from you. You don't remember? Look at Oklahoma. They burnt everything down. They took everything, but then the people decided, well, oh, we don't need you. And they heard them over there having a good time and burnt everything down. What kind of anger you got? You got anger issues. Okay, you really got a devil up in you to be that man. Child, them entities be jumping on you, don't they? Child, let me tell you something. Then when they said pull yourself up by your bootstraps, then they came over there and took our bootstraps. We still kept going to school with no shoes on. See any videos of them, no shoes. They said, wait a minute, we took everything. You still going? Yeah, why you thought I was going to stop? God said the next time go over there and get that bamboo, make you some shoes. And then when you take out that venison next time, use the hide for some shoes. We said, say less. Honey, then they told me, wait a minute, how you still going? Because we playing spades, Uno, and something with the worst cards, but God is in our ears. I want to say thank you for y'all being here because y'all could have been anywhere in the world. I just truly want to say thank you for y'all loving on me and keeping me in y'all prayers because I always pray for my subscribers, okay? I send nothing but cleansing and purifying energy to you as you go on your way. I pray that you stay on your path, that you hear God's voice and the voice of the enemy you do not hear. I pray that you stand firm in what you believe and don't jump off of it. I love you in the love of the Lord. Have a great evening. Good night. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, love in the love of the Lord. Good night.